gentlemen, we are the Millie Goats. It is episode 346. We are but 4 days away from Christmas, and it is December 21st, 2025. Let us be the first to wish you and yours a happy National Flashlight Day for your boy, J-Bye. Known flashlight medallion at the parties. Look at that. Text, get your flashlights up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the show. We got football to talk about. J-Bye, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, J-Bye. Let's go.
Here we go. Way to go.
We did it. We made it. Another year around the sun. Hey, I willed the Panthers to victory today. That's what I did.
I saw that picture of you on the sideline with the boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
right
who else
over,
won?
Right over Dave Canales' head.
You know
That's
who
right.
else
Here
won?
comes the boom. Shout out Kevin James.
Oh.
I just got an update that Tyler Huntley's in the game. I'm watching the game. I didn't see that he was in the game.
Lamar just got hurt. He literally just got hurt.
Oh.
They showed him walking in the locker room, which makes me want to ask the question, why do you have stairs leading to your locker? Like, to me, that just seems like a recipe for disaster, having stairs that lead to your locker room.
Yeah. Especially if it's cold. You know, like
With
this
cleats.
time of year, if any water, well, you know, most people, you remember do you remember when you put the spikes in your cleats, like you could take the spikes in and out? You remember the ones with the metal tips on them?
Yeah.
Those were hot. Those things were hot. They were slippery on concrete, though.
Yeah, they were. But that sound,
it's like
the baseball.
When you're walking on concrete.
Yes. The steel tips. Whoo, buddy.
That's how you know it's game time.
All-time top. All-time. Oh, yeah, there it is.
So I have a question, Tex.
Mm-hmm.
You started the season all motivated. Say we're going to be, 11-7 or 11-4, whatever. By the end of December, you were all motivated. They were going to win a division, go to the Super Bowl. How does it feel now to have a terrible record and the Cowboys are officially done?
Are we talking about America's team?
Not so
Bills?
fast.
Well, wait. How about which America's team you're talking about here?
I mean,
so fast, my friend.
I'm talking about the blue and the white and the red of the USA hockey team. I'm fired up for hockey, boys.
So it's hockey season for him.
So what it means is football season is done for you, and it's hockey season.
He's ready for the Olympics.
Ready for the blue. For
America's
team. I always cheer for America's team. I always cheer for America's team, the USA. Hockey's,
Okay.
I cannot wait for the Olympics.
You should have worn that jersey last week for the Army-Navy game. Coward.
Hey, neither one of Texas teams made the playoffs this year.
Exactly.
Maybe you shouldn't pull for America then.
Look at this joker, dude. He comes in here. He's already football is on our TV right now, and he's already at hockey.
I'm ready for this US team run.
The season's dead, dude.
The U.S. national hockey team is going to make a run.
I want you to tell the American public right now that football season was over. So if you didn't even get to have a full football season, it's over.
I mean,
it's over.
What football are we talking about?
I mean, Edge's Panthers. They're in the lead of the NFC South. J-Bye's
Bills.
Still has a game. Still got the D3 national championship coming up.
Niners clinched.
There's still football for me to be had.
Everybody on the show has relevant football except for you. How do you feel about that?
Texas Tech is my pick to win the bracket.
Get the hell out of here!
I'm still watching football. Like football's not
your
dead.
record. Your record is 6-8-1 right now, and it's going to get worse,
dude.
Jeez,
look,
dude.
Here's the thing: is Tex, Tex.
That's like a barcode. What is that?
Texas joined the SEC. Texas joined the SEC, so Tex has now taken on the persona of SEC teams, where he just pulls for the division or conference now. So
for the Eagles,
so for college, he's still got 8 teams in the college football playoffs. Plus, he has Texas Tech because he's the state guy, and then for football, he's got the Houston Texans and he's got the Eagles. So he's still got teams that are available for him to cheer for.
Great job, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Way to get yourself a. That's like having life insurance.
Tex, would you pull for the Eagles?
No.
He wrote his football will. That's what he did. He wrote the Cowboys football wheel. That's what he did. You know, we're on YouTube. We're on all over the place. If you're listening to the podcast, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you for all the new listeners and the people who are checking out the show. We've got Jim here. He said he subbed. Thanks, Jim. Good to have you here. You know, if we're here, B. McCormick's here for the Goats Only meeting. His Steelers won today. Big win for them. His Steelers actually helped.
What a crazy ending to that game.
That was insane. Dude, Jared Goff going Superman over the goal line.
Dude,
for nothing.
I was so confused though, because it was an offensive pass interference, but so you can end the game on an offensive penalty. You can't end the game on a defensive penalty.
Yeah,
because it was called a touchdown, but because there was offensive pass interference, if they would have declined it, it would have been a touchdown. But they accepted it. But the game can end on a
that was a very weird review. They're like, the ruling on the field is a touchdown. The crowd goes nuts, but offensive pass interference, game's over. You can't run another play off after an offensive penalty. It's like, what?
Yeah, I was thrown for a loop there.
Pass interference before that too that negated the other touchdown. So the Lions actually scored twice.
Fumble.
It was insane. Okay, on the show, we're going to do chronologically. Here's how we do the things here. For those of you who are new, we talk about our teams first. That could include college football and pro. But then what we do is we turn back the clocks, and we start with college football first. Then we move into NFL. So if you're listening to this show looking for immediate NFL reactions, you're going to have to listen through the college football playoff because we talk a lot of football on this show. So we got the college football playoff. We had FCS. We had D2 and D3. We had people yelling about the group of five, all this stuff. We're going to talk about all of that. But I think, that was.
They did.
But before we do that, perfect holiday gift that you will get at St. Patrick's Day at howdy.hats.enc on Instagram. The Millie Goat rope hat / flat bill. Edge is wearing one. J-Vi has one. I wore one last night. J-Bones has one. Everybody who's cool has got one. Shout out Colton, who wore his to the Panthers game. That white hat with the green rope. Phenomenal. Shout out to you for the Panthers winning. You are flying high right
Panthers
now.
Game too.
Do what?
Quigley's wore his to the Panthers too.
There we go. See? If you see somebody wearing one of those at the Panthers game or any game, go up, give them a high five. Actually, give them a little nut.
I don't want high fives. I want firm handshakes.
All the way up the wrist, like you're wearing. I do.
Like
bring it in,
like
gentleman's
Arnold
handshake.
Schwarzenegger and that other dude from Predator, where he flexes our biceps
like
and everything. Like everything
locks
up. Yep. Boom.
Yep. Love that.
One of those.
Emo's
firm
here.
Handshake.
He says the ghost of Drake May. Pass showing up. Capybara is here. How we doing, Capybara? 6'7".
6'7".
Let's go. My son did like 500 times today. Okay, so that's the rundown. Shout out Howdy Hats. Go follow him on Instagram. Secondly, I have before we get into football, boys, can I just how dare you something real quick? So I was making hot chocolate with the kids. I use a K-cup hot chocolate, and then I use that as the base for our mom's hot chocolate powder that she makes because it's incredible. I opened this box up. I swear there were 12 of these things in there. I didn't know they put 10 of them in here. The Starbucks K-cups.
Starbucks. That's why you don't buy Starbucks.
They could that's why I took the picture like this. They could easily, and I mean easily, fit another 2 K-cups in there.
Yeah, but
that is
Starbucks.
Un-American.
They're communists. They don't support the war. You shouldn't drink it.
Don't drink Starbucks. Shout out, no Starbucks.
I won't anymore. That's the last time. If you show me, look.
What are you buying K-cup hot chocolate for?
I was sitting here thinking in my mind, the thing I'm about to rag on too is you're too lazy to heat up water in a microwave. You just want to do it in a K-cup? Like,
yeah.
What is this?
My kids like to do the K-cups. I'm sorry. They like to do the K-cups.
You know what they love to do more?
What?
Filling a glass up with water and putting it in the microwave and pushing the button.
You don't know that. You don't know.
Yeah, because then they can watch it.
You don't know chocolate.
You don't know ball, dude. Neither of you know ball.
Hey, I know ball.
You don't know how. You don't know cocoa. Is what you
I don't know. I don't know college football playoff ball. I'll tell you.
You
that.
don't know. Mr. 0-4.
No,
so anyways,
1-3. 1-3.
I just wanted to get that out of the way because I like went around the house. Was like, look at this. This sucks. I mean, they have a chance to be the greatest. And yeah, they tell you how many they get in big bold numbers on. But I know, but I was like, oh, you can only fit 10 in there. My brain was broken when I opened it up, and I was like, dude, I mean, look, if that's a hole, I'm filling that with something.
Yeah, I mean, you're used to filling stuff with holes.
Yeah, dude, if that was a Texas Tech linebacker, filled.
Yeah.
Okay, filled. Consider it filled. Anyways, not important. Also, before we get into this, Jake Paul got his face crushed.
Oh,
anybody watch that?
Yes. Hedge and
Dude.
I watched it together on a phone in the cold outside of his RV.
You could tell that Anthony Joshua was just messing with this dude.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
He kept trying to single leg him.
Dude, you know what I did? You know what GIF I used for Jake Paul? Aaron Rodgers crawling around on the ground. That was him all fight.
I was gonna say something like Kurt Angle.
No. Aaron Rodgers after he got in the Jets uniform crawling around on the ground. That was Jake Paul all night. Man, but anyways, Jake Paul, he made $92 million for 989 seconds of work. He got knocked out in the 6th. He made $93,000 per second, $5.5 million per minute, and $15.3 million per round.
Jeez.
Like everybody's like,
yeah, I'd get my teeth knocked out and broken jaw for that too.
Anthony Joshua, you come on this show right now, punch me in the face right now for $9 million. I'll do it for $900,000. I do it for $900.
No, you're about to go viral.
Dude, I'm telling you. But
dude,
anyway,
he was gassed though. I mean, it was just pathetic because he was so tired. I mean, it was bad. He was so tired. Like you could just tell he was gassed. He had that adrenaline rushing that wore off, and then it was a crash.
Dude, he tagged him with that right hook too.
Yeah,
tagged him. So, anyways, it was entertaining. People like,
it's also though why you have weight limits in real boxing and real MMA and real wrestling.
That dude is a specimen.
Yeah,
Anthony Joshua is a specimen.
And to think that people have knocked him out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So anyways, Jake Paul fight. All right. Let's go to our team's update, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do at the beginning of every Sunday show, unless anybody has anything else about that fight. We typically start with the Niners, but they don't play, so I will go ahead and go. The Niners play on Monday Night Football against Phillip Rivers and the Colts. And for those of you who know football, because the Lions lost today, the Niners are back in the playoffs. Let's give a round of applause.
Niners can only make the playoffs if teams lose.
Doesn't matter. They control their own destiny. Say whatever you want. Niners have a perfect path now to the 1 seed of the NFC. You can all suck it. And if they get the 1 seed, I'm going to be insufferable on this show.
The Niners are going to mess around and lose to the Bears and then beat the Seahawks, and the Bears are going to have the 1 seed.
That would be my.
Could this be the first game where a quarterback started playing before the other one was born? No.
What?
It'd be close, wouldn't it? It'd be close, wouldn't it? Yeah.
What do you mean he started playing?
He got playing in the NFL.
17 years ago, Brock Purdy's not 18 years old.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Brock
Purdy's 25.
Playing high school.
Right, Rivers graduated from NC State in 2002. 2002?
Rivers was 19 when Purdy was born.
Okay.
Purdy was probably 2 or 3 when Rivers started in the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Purdy was born in 2000, 99. It had to be 2000 if he's 25, because there's 9 days left in 2025.
Yeah, he's 25.
99.
That's crazy.
Pretty damn close though.
But look,
it's still crazy.
Here's the thing: is Indy matches up well against the Niners. Though they have a mobile quarterback.
It's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Did you see Cam Ward? Dude, I saw so many times Cam Ward scrambled around today. I wanted to take so many videos, but I couldn't rewind it because it's on freaking YouTube. Stupid Sunday ticket. But look, the Colts Shane Steichen, don't be an idiot. If you want to beat the Niners, just hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor. But anyways, the 49ers have their destiny in their own hands. They win 3 games starting tomorrow night. They're the 1 seed. They don't have to leave. They make it to the Super Bowl. And we all know, check the internet, the 49ers, when they make the playoffs, they get to the NFC Championship at minimum. If they either miss the playoffs totally or they make it to the NFC Championship.
Because the NFC is a weak conference.
The NFC West already has 3 teams that have clinched. Look at the camera and stop
laughing,
dude.
Because NFC West is like the AFC North of last year. They're matched up against bad divisions, so they get easy wins.
Yep.
When they play real teams, they don't play well.
How bad did the Bills win today in Cleveland?
Hey, what did I tell you last week? Check the tape. The Bills will get Cleveland's best shot because everybody gets up to play the Bills.
The Browns in Cleveland a couple weeks ago and beat them by like 15.
Because they weren't up to play the Niners. Nobody's up to play the Niners.
Okay.
Everybody's up to play the Bills because they have the MVP and they want to beat Josh Allen, the MVP of the league.
Okay. Saying common opponent. Falcons too, beat them. Common opponent.
How'd the Niners beat how did they beat the Panthers?
By 10, 15.
Yeah, Bills beat them by like 40.
Okay, so that's 1 for the Bills. Good.
Okay.
Good. Anyways, Niners play tomorrow night. Perfect way to kick off Christmas week. I have no work on Tuesday. I'm off after I get done tomorrow. So B. McCormick says Aaron Rodgers coming to crawl around in your team stadium to win the Super Bowl and bring it all the way back to Santa Clara where he started, dude. The Steelers aren't going that far, dude. Come on. So the Bears also clinched, by the way.
Hey, Mike Tomlin never had a losing season.
BMO, let's go.
Never
had a losing season day. Let's go. Okay, I'm done with the Niners. Everybody have a nice work week off starting tomorrow and sit down and watch the Niners and Brock Purdy. Absolutely. Actually, I can't have the Niners go 2 off because I'm playing in a fantasy football Final Four, and the person I'm playing has 3 49ers. So I need them to win but not go crazy. Anyways, J-Vi. Buffalo Bills go into Cleveland. James Cook running wild. Myles Garrett, half a sack, not a full sack. Shador Sanders ripped his pinky nail off. Quinshon Judkins got hurt. Bills win 23-20. Pretty close game here. Josh Allen hurt his foot. X-rays negative. How do you feel about the Bills win in Cleveland?
Hey, it's a tough league. And like I said, the Bills are going to get everybody's best shot. It happens every week. You know, we're starting to be like the Chiefs. We don't ever cover, but that's okay. We're winning games. Our defense is getting stops when they need to get stops, so that's a big improvement. You know, I didn't get to watch hardly any of this game. I just had to watch the highlights because I was working today. But a win's a win. I was nervous when I heard that Josh Allen wanted to get X-rays, but a win's a win. We're on to Philadelphia. We got the Eagles next. Tex needs us to beat the Eagles, so the Cowboys have a shot at the playoffs. Oh wait, they don't. But you know,
they don't.
I'm not a Bills fan. I'm not a Bills fan.
Hey, we finished the season with 2 home games. We'll see where we land.
The 49ers are about to be 3 straight primetime games, by the way. Okay. They've already said that the Niners and the Bears is a Sunday night game next week, and then Niners win that game, they're playing the 1 seed against the Seahawks. Probably on the next Sunday night. You talk about America's team, primetime, baby. Everybody thought we were dead. They thought we were dead.
Go got to win.
Let's go.
The Niners lose one of those games, they're out. And you know what the Sunday night game
Everybody thought we were dead.
The Bucks and the Panthers.
Let's
for first
go.
Place in the East or South.
Harrison, well, you can get a shout out. Just say the Niners were legit. Everybody thought we were dead. Man, it feels good to have the best team on this show again.
You don't have the best
I was
team
gone
on
for a
this
year.
show.
What do you mean?
You don't.
Are you kidding me?
You don't. Bills will wax the Niners.
Jacksonville's better than the Niners right now.
Who?
Edge is a Jags fan, dude. I told you.
Oh my! Now all of a sudden he's an NFL guy. You son of a gun.
No, I never.
You'll say.
Never said it. Never said it. I'm just stating the fact.
Clemson's also not done. Clemson's playing in the Pinstripe Bowl, dude. Edge got tickets.
Yeah. Damn
Text. Cowboys got absolutely housed at home. Dak Prescott got benched in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
He killed DYLON's bet.
Not true.
Benched.
That is true. He did kill DYLON's bet.
That's investigate the Cowboys. He was 5 yards away from his over. He had 245. He needed to get 249 and a half.
Wow.
They're anti-America's team. BS.
Well,
dude.
they've been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, which hurts. It cuts me deep. But we still got a chance to get more than 7 wins. We got to get more than 7 wins.
You'll always have that
Get more than
Thanksgiving
7 wins.
game, Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
That,
I will have that. That'll be my lasting memory of this season. Great Thanksgiving Day.
The Chiefs, they ended the Chiefs season.
Mm-hmm. They effectively did.
Wow, did they Thanos themselves? Did they sacrifice themselves for the good of the NFL? That's the angle you should be.
Let's be honest here. The Bills broke the Chiefs. The Bills broke the Ravens. Every team the Bills have played this year, they've broken. They broke the Pats. Look, the Pats can't do anything now. Pats don't know what they're doing.
They're tied with the Ravens. What are you talking about?
2 teams that the Bills broke.
Tex, are you saying that the Cowboys saved the NFL from the Chiefs? Is that the spin zone you're going with?
Yeah, I'm just my thing is this season is a win. We won Thanksgiving. We beat the Chiefs. We cemented ourselves as next up. We're next up. We're next up.
Hey, you split with the Eagles.
We're next up.
That's
We
right.
split with the Eagles.
Something you can build on, dude. I hope the transfer portal and NIL don't take all your best players.
I mean, really,
Like an
if we win out,
college team out there.
if we win out, we're technically division champs.
Best record in the division.
Best record in the division.
George Pickens showed up today,
Shouldn't you win the division then?
dude.
I think you should.
By the way, Justin Herbert
should count for
in
something.
this game. Justin Herbert in this game was an absolute mammoth. He had like 4 touchdowns. He was running all over the place. He was an absolute monster.
Yeah, but it's the Cowboys D.
But he's been playing really good the last like 4 or 5 weeks, Justin Herbert, with his broken hand. I got to give him credit. You got to give credit where credit's due. We got to be objective here. Just like you all should be like, wow, it's really impressive that the 49ers have won 4 straight games by 10 or more points. They're just dummying everybody, but nobody wants to admit that. But that's okay.
Who have they played?
Because
What do you mean who have they played? They play who they're supposed to play.
Oh, here we go.
So, I mean, they beat the NFC South leading Panthers. Sorry. There you go, B. McCormick. Already starting. This is our year next year before the year is even over. Way to get ahead of it, Tex. It's your year next year. You notice that Josh and TJ haven't showed up in like 3 weeks because the Cowboys keep losing.
Shall we put it on the big board? It's our year next year.
Tex, you ready to do
next
that?
Next year is our year.
Okay.
We set ourselves up with all this draft capital, so we're we're gonna hopefully use all that, build. We're gonna have a decent draft position. So
Okay.
You think Jerry Jones goes another receiver?
That's what they need.
I think.
Yep.
I don't know what the future looks like for Pickens. I thought he was great for those couple.
You can't
games.
bring him back. You can't.
No,
The
I
Cowboys.
think that we get
They already
rid of
tried
him
it.
and
It
get-
didn't work.
and get a young a new guy out of college who's hungry. Because
You already tried
Pickens
the
is going to be a problem. Yeah, I think it's going to be a problem.
Let him go. Let him go.
When he's on, he's on. When he's on, he's on. He's really good, but I think we can figure something else out.
When CeeDee Lamb got hurt like a week or 2 ago, he literally cost you the game because he just I don't know what he was doing.
Me either.
What episode is this?
This is 346. All right, we move on to the Vikings, DYLON's team.
On the big board.
That had to be what did you put it on there?
Next year is our year. Text 346.
DYLON, the Vikings get another winning streak. They're dominating the NFC East, 16-3. 9 got hurt in this game. So JJ McCarthy got hurt. Brosmer came in, gets his first win. Okay. JJ McCarthy led the way passing with 9 of 14 for 108 and interception. I looked at the stats at one time, and Jackson Dart had thrown for like 5 yards, and it was in the third quarter. Like, what the hell is this? I mean, what are we doing here? He was 7. Jackson Dart. Hold on.
Wow.
Jackson Dart was 7 of 13 for 33 yards. Shout out BMO. In an interception, and he had a QBR of 4.7.
Wow.
That is so bad.
Concussion.
Good gosh, dude. Is he the next Tua? Is Jackson Dart the next Tua?
Wow.
That is awful. Holy smokes. Thoughts and prayers to everybody who played Jackson Dart as their quarterback. But anyways, anything else on the Vikings game? Nope. That game stunk. Edge, the Panthers, dude. Your Panthers. Rawr. Wow, wow, wow. 23-20.
$150,000.
Let's go.
Mm.
Charlotte was buzzing. Bryce Young zipping in and out of defensive linemen, throwing rockets to Jatavian Sanders in the back end zone. 21-32, 191-2. Baker interception to end the game. Edge, how excited are you to see the Panthers in first place in the NFC South?
On a scale 1 to 10, I say I'm solid 1.
Yeah. Good.
I'll say this. That was the first Panthers game I've ever been to that there were more Panthers fans than there were fans for the other team.
Which
Panthers
I'm shocked
fans
by.
actually showed up. Huh?
That stadium was actually pretty packed, and they were.
It looked good.
The Bucks had a few false start calls, and dare I say it, was because of the crowd being loud and actually cheering for the Panthers. Yeah, I mean it was a sight to see. I'll say that. The guys that I was working with, I mean they are the Panthers guys. They were saying that it felt a little bit like 2015 when the Panthers made that run.
But they have to show up. You can't be. That's the problem with the Panthers and the Charlotte and all this stuff is that they don't show up all the time.
No,
you have to show up all the time.
Yep.
You can't do that. So
that
Ted
wide
McMillan's
receiver for the
good.
Panthers, yeah, he's gonna be good if he just learns how to catch it with two hands. He wants to catch everything one-handed.
Who, McMillan?
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
He's good.
What do you do with our resident Panthers fan Quigley said Bryce Young has earned another year, a 5th year. Do we agree?
Already extended him? I don't know about that.
Well, they're saying pick up his 5th year option, maybe franchise him, whatever.
I would give him another year with Dave Canales. I think they've done well for each other. It's hard for me to really believe Bryce is like a full-time, long-term guy. I just don't know if he has the arm strength for it or the durability if he starts taking hits. I mean, when he gets hit, he's out. He's not playing. He's been out a couple games this year because he got hurt. Andy Dalton's not a very reliable backup, but they've been playing. I mean, he hasn't been turning it over hardly. He's been making decent plays.
The real star of the game is the punter, Sam Martin. I mean, have a season, buddy. I mean, that's get this man to the Pro Bowl. We might have to start a campaign on this show.
Well, look, he played 3 years for the Bills. Now he's on the Panthers, and every year he's been first place in the division. So is he a locker room guy? Is he a team guy? Did he bring this team together?
Leadership, some might say. So I love his.
Although he won't wait for me after the game to do a jersey swap. So he's like the fastest person. I don't even know if he showers. He's out of there.
What happened?
Fast. What happened? He's just out.
Used to be the opposite, dude. First one's in the shower, last one's out.
He is out.
Parents used to be so mad at us waiting. What are you guys doing in there? Don't worry about it.
Just having fun.
Hey, also the Bucks. What a terrible collapse. They were 6-2. They're now they've gone 1-6. That's terrible. So, Bucks in shambles. Anyways, that's our team's update, ladies and gentlemen. Clemson. Anything to say about Clemson, Edge?
Got tickets for sale if anybody wants them.
Okay.
Hit me up.
And then App State plays Georgia Southern. Better believe it.
Utah State tomorrow.
Let's go. Yep. Let's go. Aggies. Put it on them. All right, let's hit the Salute Your Sports, and then we're going to talk college football playoff.
Give me a second. I was full screen.
Never go full screen, dude.
I have to. Your things are too small.
Oh, my gosh. Blaming me. Classic Bills fan.
Well, it's not my fault. It's my birthday.
We start in Norman, Oklahoma with the Oklahoma Sooners. 28-3 themselves. Alabama, they were down 17-0. Everybody's clowning Alabama. Shouldn't have put them in. Notre Dame this, Miami that, BYU this. And holy cow, what an epic collapse from Oklahoma. Bama had 12 rushing yards in the first half. Then, to start the comeback, the punter drops that snap, which we gave an absolutely diabolical breakdown on somebody's account. Somebody's like, what happened here? I'm not a kicker. And I said, look, that punter was grabbing, he's a thumb on top guy, which means he likes to put his thumb on the seam so he can rotate it outward clockwise as he punts the football. His thumb slipped out of the seam and rotated the ball counterclockwise and out of his other four fingers, causing the ball to drop inside, and he had no idea what to do with it because he's not an athlete. Okay. Then they've got the punt blocked. Then Mateer throws the worst pick six of all time. Everybody remember that? Throwing it to nobody on the sideline. Alabama the other way. Yeah. Alabama scored 27 unanswered points without the help of Ryan Williams.
That was when they lined up with 8 on the line and then dropped like all these crazy people out. They had people lined up everywhere on the line. They just dropped everybody out. And he got totally confused.
Oklahoma tried to keep the momentum going because they brought 50 Cent out for some fourth quarter concert. We had nobody had any idea. Half the guys don't even know who he is. And then the Oklahoma punter shanked another one. Their kicker, their Lou Groza Award winner, he was missing field goals. Terrible special teams for Oklahoma.
Short on a 50-yarder.
Short on a
51-yarder.
Their kicker,
it's short still.
Come on, dude. You've heard the lonesome kicker,
dude.
7 yards because the field goals are pushed way back.
He would have been short from 50 too.
So this, and also, I mean, this was everybody was ready. Like Freezing Cold Takes had just a field day with this on Twitter, where everybody was like, Alabama shouldn't have been in. Like it was an all-time internet moment when Alabama came back because all the experts were deleting tweets. They were deleting, and old Takes Exposed was getting them. So, but SEC did lose this game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was watching this game and I'm like, this is nuts. This is absolute insanity. They were smart.
SEC started 0-2 in the college football playoffs.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a reason why Oklahoma or Alabama played in the conference championship because they were the second best team in the conference. This was the sixth best team that they were playing, and they look like the sixth best team because fundamentally they weren't where they needed to be. They couldn't get together all three phases. And secondly, I don't know if you guys saw this. 28-3. Shout out our meme. You can't show up in a basketball sweatshirt, Brent Venables, to a football game. Okay? There's a basketball in the middle of this sweatshirt. What the hell are you doing, dude? Okay?
Saying it's basketball season already?
I mean, what are we doing? You can't do that. And also, Venables and what's-his-face, DeBoer, showed up looking exactly alike. Black hoodie, red hat. So, I'm just saying. Can't do that.
Yeah, I was shocked they gave it that many points, but holy cow, their special teams, you're right. They absolutely killed them. I mean, the punt completely changed the momentum of the game. The drop punt. Like, that game was over, and then it wasn't.
Like, he just, like, it was to the point it was so bad that they just, you're like, do we have to investigate Oklahoma for just completely blowing it?
Yeah.
Like, what in the world, man? So, but anything, Tex, as a Texas fan, you're our SEC guy. What does this mean to you when two SEC teams play and one of them loses in the playoffs?
I mean, from a Texas perspective, good job for Oklahoma losing, but they blew that game. But SEC wins again.
Did Alabama win this game, or did Oklahoma lose it?
Good question.
That is a good question. And I do think that Oklahoma lost this game.
By the way, this receiver, number 17, what's his name? Bozer or Doze, whatever his name is.
Freshman.
Freak show. He was incredible. Also, that running back for Alabama, number 4, is a thick human being.
Mm-hmm.
A thick dude. So, I don't know. It was a fun game to watch. I have to admit. Fun game to watch. All right, next game. To Saturday at noon. This game sucked. I don't know if these two teams are terrible. Their defense was really good. But Miami goes into College Station, beats Texas A&M 10-3. Marcel Reed throws a pick at the end to lose the game. But a lot of wind in this game. Another kicking game was terrible. First half was scoreless for the first time in college football playoff history. Miami had 69 total yards in the first half. Texas A&M had 3 punts, a blocked field goal, a turnover on downs, a fumble. Tony, what's his name? That Malachi Tony, is that his name?
Yeah.
For Miami, freak show. He's one of the best players in the country. He had that electric punt return that he got tackled, shoestring, and then Miami missed a field goal after that. Then they put another field goal. And that guy's a pretty good kicker. So we had a fake punt that was no good. And then Tony, the same guy, he fumbled in the fourth quarter. You're thinking, okay, it's over. Texas A&M is going to win the game. No, they couldn't capitalize on anything. Marcel Reed was off. I wouldn't say he's off. He just wasn't good. He's just not very good. But that running back was averaging Miami's running back, Fletcher, was averaging 10 yards a carry. And then Tony had the jet sweep touchdown to go up 10-3 late. And then there was a late roughing the passer, on Miami to get Texas A&M closer so that they could get a shot at the end zone, but then Reed threw that pick as he was late on a in-breaking seam route toward the goalpost. So, but anyways, thoughts on this game?
Well, Edge and I were at a Christmas parade during the middle of this game, and we kept trying to check the score for updates, and we kept seeing 0-0 or 3-3, and we just thought that because there were so many people that our phones wouldn't load because we were kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Like
the ESPN app wouldn't load. And it's like, it still says it's 3-3. I don't know. There's no way that game's 3-3. But sure enough, when we got back, we were cleaning up. We watched again. Edge has TVs on his RV, but for some reason, me and him just ended up watching everything on my phone, just huddled up in the cold watching stuff on the phone. So we watched the end of this game on the phone. Can't believe he threw that pick. You can't throw a pick on 3rd or 4th and goal with the game on the line. Can't do it. Can't do it.
That was
Can't
bad.
go undefeated all season and lose your last 2 games.
Obviously, the 2 best teams you played.
Obviously, you weren't the team that everybody thought you were.
Texas A&M was the reverse Notre Dame. They lost 2 games to ranked teams late.
Yeah.
Which also cost them.
Got them in the playoffs, though.
I love how everybody's like, Notre Dame deserves to be in over these teams. I'd hate to see Notre Dame matched up with one of these. And it's like they were earlier.
They lost to both of them.
They lost to both of them. Like, shut up. But this is feather in the cap for the ACC truthers now.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the SEC's, they were ranked 3rd for most of the year. And ACC's, 4th or 5th best team went in there and took care of business against one of the SEC's top dogs, apparently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a team that, you had FSU beat Alabama. You had Georgia Tech. Georgia had to use they had to fend off a Hail Mary to beat Georgia Tech. I mean, come on now. What was the other? There was some other SEC. Clemson beat South Carolina. Like, people want to say the SEC is so far ahead. And then they go get matched up against another team, another Power 4 conference in here, and they lose. So I'm just saying. Tex, as our SEC guy, how does this make you feel?
I feel like Texas A&M wasn't the third best team.
Okay. Doesn't matter what you feel.
Yes, what I thought about this. What I thought about it.
Okay, all right.
I feel like they should have put Notre Dame in instead of Texas A&M.
Ooh.
All right.
So that makes me feel.
I don't want to go back down that road again. Okay. Enough of the Notre Dame stuff, dude. BYU should have been in ahead of Notre Dame.
Look,
listen.
Give a rip what the first in, first out graphic said.
Notre Dame's got a 3-1 record in the 12-team playoff.
Just saying. That's gonna get him going. That's got to push his buttons.
Who has a better record in a 12-team playoff than Notre Dame, other than Ohio State? Nobody.
Did you know that Oklahoma's
they're 3-1.
Oklahoma's 0-5 in the college football playoff?
Wow. Yeah.
They shouldn't be
That's
allowed
crazy.
in.
They shouldn't be.
Edge, you're our ACC
they gotta
guy.
Win the SEC first.
Well, I was shocked. I mean, I picked A&M money line, and I thought they were going to single-handedly walk the dog on Miami. I did not suspect a 0-3 game up to like halftime or whatever it was. But, yeah, I didn't see this one coming. I didn't get to watch a lot of it. And to be fair, since, J Vi's over there talking shit about the camper, I had a TV outside. It's just the wind blew it over.
He was talking shit about you. You were talking about shit about the camper.
Yeah. I said the camper has TVs, but we were just watching the games on our phone.
Damn.
Edge won't bust in the camper until the kids turn off Paw Patrol.
Dude, look, if the fourth ACC team could do this, I don't want to see what kind of damage Duke would have done in this tournament.
Get out of here.
ACC champ, Edge.
No. There's a line.
I love this.
Are you more upset that you picked Texas A&M for the year, like they'll win the SEC and it didn't happen, and then they get blistered in the playoffs like this? Is that why you're upset?
No, I don't care about that. I'm glad A&M lost. Get them out of here.
I mean, that was your team for during the season, though. You said this is my pick for
I
the
wanted
SEC.
them to win the SEC. I said nothing about winning the national title. I wanted them to win the SEC, so I could be right about that.
The spin zone here is the quote-unquote best team in the ACC barely beat the third best team in the SEC. That's the spin zone here. That's how far the ACC has to go.
But this is not.
They'd be third. They'd be third.
That's stupid logic.
Yeah, this is not the best team in the
Duke
ACC.
is the best team in the ACC.
I'm just saying.
They played a whole season to figure that out, and apparently nobody cares.
They would be barely the third best team in the SEC.
There were dozens of fans in attendance in Charlotte to watch Duke beat Virginia.
Dozens.
Edge, you're the ACC guy. Why don't you rip on the SEC? Come on. Don't let him get away with this. Tell Tex to his face the SEC sucks.
Well, no, it's hard for me to eat crow right now because I'm the one that said it with my chest that Miami doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs right now. They didn't win the ACC. I didn't think they had a good year, and it's hard for me to still swallow my pride right now and say, yeah, go ACC, when I was just sitting there 2 shows ago talking shit about, Miami shouldn't even be in the show. So I'm glad they beat A&M. I don't think A&M had that great of a game, but I still don't think Miami should have been there. It should have been, Duke.
BYU.
No, Pitt, Clemson, anybody else other than Miami.
Miami does have some dogs, though. They got some players.
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't watch hardly any of this game, but I think the game, it speaks more about Texas A&M's offense stinking than it does their defense.
Texas A&M's offense is fraudulent. Marcel Reed is kind of fraudulent. I'm sorry.
Put B. McCormick's quote on the screen right now. Last one.
Edge.
That's right.
Is a Jags fan now. They got old Sunshine, the best quarterback in the league, right? Edge.
That's right.
No.
Best quarterback in the league.
Jags are hot, though.
I'm literally about to throw this damn camera across the garage.
I could see. I was like, I didn't know if you were still with us. Also, Michael Irvin was hilarious.
There was one time it was like this. I was like, dang, Edge got the fire pose.
Did you see Michael Irvin? He took his belt off and put it.
I did.
and put it on a trash can and started spanking it, belt axe.
God.
Hey, but you know what? That's what makes football so great.
Oh, look, yes. Give us the
You
crazy
dudes. Imagine that happened at an NBA game. A dude running around the sidelines doing that stuff. You can't do it.
Dude,
not enough space.
Incredible.
Can't do it. Not enough space.
Also, did you see that
activities on a football field?
Johnny Manziel was supposed to be the guest picker on College Game Day, but he missed the show because he was at the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight, so he never showed up.
Oh my God.
It was in Miami, the fight.
Jeez.
Yeah. Bad look for Johnny Manziel. Next
Not
game.
Surprised.
Ole Miss.
I don't know what he's.
What?
That's a bold PR move.
Yeah. It got people talking about him. Now he can get on his own show and talk about all of his stuff. Yep. You know what I mean? We moved to Ole Miss and Tulane. Ole Miss, dude. Now, it was bad early. Ole Miss took 3 plays to score their first drive.
Yeah. Wasn't their drives like 3, 5, 4, 3?
Yeah, it was well, Tulane drove right back down the field. You're like, okay, this is bad. The Tulane's defense eventually settled in for a little while. And they actually were in Ole Miss territory like 5 out of their first 5 drives. They just couldn't get any points. So, but holy cow, dude. Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss, he got hurt. So did Kawan Lacey. They were hurt in the first half, but they came back. But there's not really much to say about this game other than I think most of the players I think Lane Kiffin actually got paid for this game.
It's just not a good look for the group of 5 teams. And look, I get it. Everybody's going to be, this is why they shouldn't have it. But look at the scores of the first round games from last year.
Yeah.
They were the exact same.
Look at the second round game. Ohio State was up 34-0 on Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Oregon was the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee got beat this bad last year.
Yeah.
Is it a sign that the playoff committee doesn't know what the hell they're doing?
I think it's a sign of they tried to fix everything in the way that they wanted it by doing the whole, we're going to let the highest ranked conference champions in and instead of saying there's going to be automatic bids and all the conferences get one, right? If you're a conference champion, you get one. They tried to usurp that to please Notre Dame and to please everybody they wanted to rank. And it ended up blowing up in their face because they had Tulane and JMU ranked, and they were both conference champions. You know, everybody's going to sit there and say the group of 5 doesn't need 1 or 2. And that's like Twitter I got a segment on that later once we get to that point. But because everybody says the same thing. They all say the same thing. But Ole Miss is I like that quarterback, Chambliss. I think he's pretty good. But it should be.
He's from a D2 school.
Yeah, Ferris State.
Ferris State.
He actually shouted them out. We're going to talk about them too. So there's not really much to talk about. We'll get more to the group of 5 versus that argument here in a second. But Ole Miss this was in the slot where there were like 5 games going on. You had the Division II, the FCS, you had the NFL game starting. Like this was in a slot where you could be like, okay, I didn't really watch that. I had all the games on, but I kept it on. So.
Well, ESPN knew what they were doing too. I mean, they control who gets in, they control who's ranked, they control what games go where. Because the last 2 games were on TNT USA. So what's ESPN do? They give them the 2 group of 5 versus Power 5 games. They keep the 2 Power 4 versus Power 4 games.
Smart. They knew what they were doing. Can't fool us.
Touchdown.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a great run.
And then the nightcap, JMU, Oregon, 34-51. Shout out JMU for covering the 21 late.
Yeah.
Shout out JMU. Dude, JMU
99-yard drive.
You can't Oregon goes down. Oregon's fast. I don't think JMU understood how fast Oregon was. Yeah. Like they were running outside zone and there was There was a play number 33 for JMU who should not have been.
I was about to say, shout out 33 for JMU.
Yeah.
With the no knee pads, the jersey rolled up.
Not a guy that needs his jersey rolled up, but we respect it because you're a football guy.
Oh yeah,
he looked like a scout team guy.
Yeah, that was. Doesn't really run the best. Big skill guy. Big skill. But Oregon 51-34. I think they had all their guys back. They scored on 5 straight touchdowns or 5 straight plays. It was I would say for the first half it was kind of disheartening, but JMU kept fighting. So I kept watching it because I was like, man, they are really, really fighting hard.
They scored 34 points.
I mean, yeah. So Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, he was pretty good. The 3 running backs for Oregon are really good. But I don't know. It's the Texas Tech Oregon game is going to be awesome.
It's going to be a slobber knocker.
It's going to be absolute slugfest.
I like those Oregon unis.
Yeah. I didn't write too much down because I just wanted JMU to get it back close, and I was like, good for them. They fought it to get within 17. That's more admirable than Tennessee did last year. That's more admirable than, SMU. It's more, anything to add on that, Edge?
I got my camera working.
Yeah. Good job, dude.
What a night, dude. What a night. Oh crap! I'm here.
What did you think about Oregon JMU? Come on, give me something.
I didn't see it, dude.
Was your camera? By the way, those stupid patches.
No, I didn't see the game because I was probably pulling the camera back to the house and unloading it.
You don't have to see. What's your thought? Is this what you expected? Are you mad at JMU? I mean, come on.
No, I'm not mad at JMU. I knew they didn't have a chance in hell of this game, but they survived it. I'm not mad at them. No.
Are we mad? Are we mad as a collective? Well, hold on. Actually, these patches that say college football playoff first round are stupid. Just put college football playoff. It's too big. So here's where we stand. Okay. We get 5 versus 4, Oregon versus Texas Tech. We get Alabama and Indiana. We get Ole Miss and Georgia.
Our bracket's already crashed, by the way.
We're done. We're cooked. Actually, no, our Final Four is still alive. That's the rules. Just keep your Final Four alive.
Yeah.
Come on. Have some faith. And then Miami versus Ohio State. So this is where we're at. Which game would you look forward to the most? I think Texas Tech and Oregon is going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah. That's going to be the best game. I mean, Ole Miss and Georgia's going to be a good game again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They know each other. They know their tendencies. Ole Miss wants revenge.
Yeah. By the way, home playoff games in college, that's incredible. That's a tough atmosphere to beat. Oklahoma was awesome. Texas A&M was awesome. Oregon was rocking. Ole Miss was rocking. Like, that is. And we had 2 road teams win this time, that didn't happen last year.
Yeah, you think we'll have it upset this week?
I hope so. Which won't text? Which upset's most likely?
Miami.
You think going to Ohio State, playing Ohio State?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You still got faith in them now.
Going back.
I'm going to leave you on that island.
Carson?
That one really is, I think, the most likely.
Let's take a second and look at Texas betting history lately and how he ruins everybody's parlays before we go ahead and put a unit on that one.
That's not true.
Cost me mine today.
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
Oh,
this is recency bias.
Good games, man.
Recency bias.
I hate when people complain about the playoff. I'm like, was this not awesome? Everybody just spent all Saturday complaining about everything. Oh,
no, it was awesome.
It's awesome. Home playoff games are awesome. I love seeing the seeds.
The history of some of these matchups, Ohio State and Miami. I mean, we all remember 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge game.
Yeah,
for Miami.
Revenge game. Finally,
like the first round games, we act like they're supposed to be upsets in every single play. They're not. So we ended up getting the matchups that we kind of wanted that are awesome. So what's the deal?
Mm-hmm.
What's it matter if we have an extra round where JMU gets in? Like, we expect every single game to be a 1-score game. That's just stupid. It's no playoff games like that.
Yeah, I mean, teams lose by 40 in basketball all the time.
Yeah, so we get the next round, which is going to be incredible.
But I mean, we've already had upsets because, I mean, I picked Oklahoma to beat Bama, and I picked A&M to beat Miami, and both of those are wrong. So,
yeah.
Well, it's it makes you with the upsets too makes you start to rethink your other picks.
Yeah.
If Bama plays like they did in the second half, can they beat Indiana?
No.
Can they? I don't know.
I would say they could.
Oregon puts up 50 points. Can they beat Texas Tech?
That is going to be a fascinating matchup. Oregon's offense versus Texas Tech's defense. Oh my gosh.
And I'm with you. Like Miami has a good defense.
Yes, they do.
Like, can they score? Can they win a 9-6 game against Ohio State? I don't like. They just won a 10-3 game against Texas A&M.
I love.
Is it going to be a similar game? Or are they going to make Carson Beck turn the ball over? I don't know. Kicking's not going to be an issue because it's going to be in a dome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or are they playing at is it at the Rose Bowl?
Wait, hold on. Oregon's to the Orange Bowl. Ole Miss to the Sugar Bowl. Cotton Bowl is where Ohio State and Miami
so
are.
that's indoors because they're probably playing that at Texas Stadium, right? They're not going to play it at the old Cotton Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole Miss, Georgia at the Superdome in New Orleans. Probably going to be more Ole Miss fans there than Georgia fans. It's closer. Oxford's closer to New Orleans than Athens is.
I would love to see Ole Miss be the team of destiny since their coach left. That would be incredible. That would be awesome. This is a great second round. Like, I don't know why everybody's complaining. Like, everybody spent the entire time, all the prominent accounts. Oh my God, leads us right into our next one, where we before the playoffs even started, front office sports reported that bowl season organizers say they'd support a separate group of 6 playoff, even as Tulane and JMU are an automatic college football playoff bid this year. Bowl season executive director Nick Carparelli told FOS that operators would back a non-Power 4 playoff. And then while the games are going on, everybody who's prominent was saying that the same time, the best outcome for everyone is have a group of 5 playoff and crown their own national champion. I feel bad for the JMU players, for Joel Klatt. Like, feel bad for what, dude? Like, everybody spent the entire Saturday night on the internet being like, see, look, we told you this was going to be bad. We told you this was going to be bad. And it's like, they don't acknowledge the fact that Oregon was down 34-0. Tennessee got beat by 40. Like, Michigan State's gotten housed before. Like, this is not new. It has nothing to do with that.
They beat a Power 4 team. The team that they lost to beat a team that beat the SEC team in the playoff. Like,
yeah. So
it's they didn't match up well against Oregon. And the committee probably knew that.
Yeah. But the thing is like, they're making the G5 like it's their fault and it's hey, this is the problem, this and that. And I'm like, the problem is you all wanted money and you all tried to angle it to where you could get whatever you wanted and whoever you wanted into the playoff. Money and greed and ego are what drove the college football to be screwed up, the college football playoff to be screwed up, because you kept making the conferences bigger. You kept trying to put and persuade the voting and the rankings to get the teams in that you wanted to, instead of just letting it be decided on the field. You wanted to use all these stupid metrics instead of saying, hey, we're going to keep the conferences small because that helps us keep the data controlled, instead of having 17 teams in a conference where you don't play everybody in your conference. So you don't know who actually is good in the conference. You don't know which conference is good. And then you just release NIL money and no transfer issues. And all of a sudden, everything's all screwed up and you don't know how to measure things. That's the problem. It's not the group of 5 got in. Should 2 of group of 5 teams have gotten in? I don't know. But, I mean, it's not using the group of 5 as a scapegoat is so stupid. And everybody who's like Joel Klatt and who's like Danny Cannell, who gets up there and starts being like, oh, I feel bad. Oh, we're so sorry. We're not mad at JMU and Tulane. We're just disappointed. Ugh. Shut up, dude.
This is proof that time is a circle. And it's similar to what we're dealing with TV right now. Now we have all these streaming services, and everybody's like, wouldn't it be great if everything was in one place and we could just go from channel to channel? It's like, yeah, we had that. It was called cable.
Yep.
And you guys ruined it. And now everybody wants cable back. And it's like, we had FCS, we have FBS. And now they're basically saying, let's just do a new FBS and FCS and call it Group of 5 and Power 4 instead of FCS and FBS. And it's just like, we already had that. And it was working great. And now you're creating this new thing, and you just want to create that again. And it's just like, it's the same exact thing. And it's like, some of these teams probably should not be playing with the big boys. But guess what? Some of the big boy teams shouldn't be playing with the big boys either.
Well, the issue is that JMU is supposed to be, it's just like we think of app. It's supposed to be hey, there's an opportunity you can get to that prominence of an Alabama, or like JMU was doing that, right? They moved up from FCS. Within a few years, they're in the college football playoff, right? They have built an alumni. They built a program. They built a culture that says we can compete and play and make a push at a national championship at any level. And now they're going to be like, no, you can't have that. You're not on the same level. And it's like, you don't know what this is going to do for JMU next year, them getting in the college football playoff. Like, it could help them tremendously. Like, they could be a national perennial power, but now because they're going to use last year's information to judge next year's team is so stupid. Like, next year's team is not going to be this year's team. And if they're 12-0 again, you can't use last year's example. Like, because of what they've done consecutively over the course of 5 years, you have to respect what they're building. But now they're just going to take it away from everybody. And it's stupid.
Like, I mean, we all know football is one bounce away from the game completely changing. And it's one of these years the Group of 5 team is going to upset the Power 5 team. It's going to happen.
It's going to. JMU's never, ever going to be Alabama. Million. Now it's time for you to shut up. I'm serious. Like, you can't just stand up in front of them and be like, you don't get to be in here. You can't do that. That's not how football is supposed to work.
Well, it's hard to tell people like us because we've lived an experience that we were told that there's no shot of us winning and we won.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's what it's supposed to be. You can't just sit there and suppress people. You can impress people. You can't do that. Like, you have to let things grow. Like, look at this college football playoff. Last year, all the first-round games were blowouts. This year, they're better. The committee's learning. Teams are getting better. Different teams are making it in. Like, let it grow. Let it do what it's supposed to do. It's never going to be perfect the first time, so I don't get it. But also, here you go. TCU lost by 58. Florida State lost by 39. Michigan lost by 38. Oklahoma lost by 35. Ohio State lost by 31 and 28. Alabama lost by 28. Notre Dame lost by 27. It's not just a Group of 5 teams. Okay, they're going to use the Group of 5 to make it more so they can get 2 more spots for the teams they want it. But it's not just a Group of 5. Edge or Tex, any thoughts?
I think you got it all covered.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Next slide.
I think that was the most ridiculous fake punt that the Patriots just tried to run.
Yeah, that was. I'm not sure. Well, I think the guy on the backside was covered.
Dude, if Baltimore wins, do we have a quarterback controversy in Baltimore?
Snoop.
If you go back to that slide, though, where you just had previous things, think about if it wasn't JMU in, or, say it was all SEC teams, right? And you got a team like Arkansas, Mizzou, South Carolina, someone like it is terrible in the bottom of that. Automatically, everybody's going to say, App would have had a chance, JMU would have had a chance, like they're better than that team. And it's never going to be perfect. And no. I agree with J-Vi. They keep going back to the same thing that we already had because they keep trying to improve it when they like, oh shit, what we had before actually does work, or did work. So I hope it gets better. I'm hoping that there's not as many SEC automatic bids. I can tell you that next year, because that was ridiculous, and that's what screwed up a lot of the rankings already.
Yeah, that was the issue, is that they had 5 SEC teams in. There's no need for that.
Yep.
There's no need to have 2 SEC rematches in the first 2 rounds. We don't need that. And the people who are complaining about it, they're the ones with all the bright ideas. They're the idiots that got us in this predicament in the first place, because they wouldn't just leave well enough alone and let the conferences do what they're supposed to do. Idiots. FCS playoffs, awesome. Illinois State versus Montana State, incredible. There was a giant portion of the Montana State game. That game was rocking. That game was incredible.
Didn't you pick Montana to win?
I don't remember. I don't remember what I said.
Okay.
I know I picked I picked Illinois State to win. They were on upset advisory. Villanova was.
No, did you pick Montana to win versus Montana State?
I don't think so. I don't think we ever made that pick.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Montana State. This is gonna be a fun game, dude. So Montana State won. Bozeman was rocking. That game was awesome. Illinois State versus Montana State. What a finals. Illinois State is the first team in FCS playoff history to win 4. They won every single game on the road.
Good.
That's impressive, dude.
Well, that shows you too that playoffs work.
They do.
I mean, they were clearly they're not a seeded team.
They weren't. They got hot. You
Yeah.
can get hot. You know? And that's the thing. This FCS playoffs have evolved too. They used to be 12 or 16 teams, and then now they're 24.
Yeah, they were 16 when we were there.
Division 2, Division 3. Ferris State is an absolute wagon, Tex. 42-21. Harding's offense is awesome, though. But Ferris State is a freaking wagon, and some of the best uniforms in college.
I think Michigan should look at the Ferris State head coach.
Woo!
I mean,
that's hot.
I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's not a Michigan University guy, but I think he's a Michigan guy. But man, had a pretty good run of success there.
4 out of the last 5 years. Natty. Yeah. Freaking unbelievable. The D3 game, Johns Hopkins versus Wisconsin River, that game was incredible. The D3 game, shootout. Mm-hmm. Wisconsin River, they had a dude who had like 300 yards receiving. He was an animal.
Yeah, I love that stadium too.
Yes. Snow. These 2 games, there was snow everywhere. It was awesome. But North Central, absolute wagon. They beat John Carroll. So we get Wisconsin River Falls versus North Central. Going to be an absolute slobber knocker. Love it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Bear State, 16-0, 4th natty in 5 years. Absolute dynasty. Sick uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Other news, Kenny Dillingham, he's signed a new contract with Arizona State, so Michigan's now back on the drawing board. Good for this guy. I'm glad he chose Arizona State. I love it.
Michigan just needs to get an NFL guy.
Yeah. Dayball. Here's the update on bowl season, boys. Tex, you started off 0-2, but you got hot with NC State and Mississippi, Ole Miss. J-Vi, you had Washington, you picked Louisiana and Oklahoma, and then you're back on track with Oregon. So you're 2-2, Texas 2-2. I'm 2-1 because I picked Texas A&M, but I also picked Western Michigan, Jacksonville State. Western Michigan, easiest pick of the world. Yeah. They smoked Kennesaw State. You had a hot take about that too. Lance Taylor to Michigan.
Yeah, Western Michigan's best team in Michigan this year. And look, you talk about a team getting hot. They play good defense. They run the football. Like, let them get in.
Yeah. That running back was a dog, too. Couple of bowl notes from bowl season so far. This running back for Western Michigan, Jalen Buckley, had 172 rushing yards in the first quarter.
Dang.
Dude, get that man something to drink.
Dang.
It reminds me when it must be that field because Cam Peoples did something like that, too, for App. Remember, he had 300 yards rushing. Yes, it's the bowl. It's the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Yep.
Dude,
note that for next year.
The Bills broke the Patriots. They broke them.
Dude, quarterback controversy in Baltimore. The Ravens offense hasn't looked this good in months. Derrick Henry just running wild out there. Well, I mean, Lamar's out, so they're just having to run the football, and guess what? It's working. Also, we picked Ravens -2.5. It's over. Here we go. Xbox Bowl trophy. Look at this. That's a sick trophy. Okay. How about this? Check this out, Tex. The Corey Rucker, who's an absolute monster at Arkansas State. He had like 5,000 yards receiving there. The trophy he got for player of the game is like an Xbox update that says achievement unlocked, winning offensive MVP of Xbox Bowl. That's pretty cool. Sick. That's it. That's an awesome trophy. Also, for the Xbox Bowl, they had the commander, whatever, this Master Chief, whatever it is.
Halo.
Halo guy.
Yes. So that dude was out there all day, all game. It was incredible.
Tex, does that make you happy? You're a big Halo guy.
It makes me think about all those nights that we spent at the old house. Look
at that, dude. Xbox got a hold of a bowl, and they did it right. They have all the cool trophies and Master Chief. And
is it better than a Pop-Tart Bowl?
I don't. That's a great question. I might need to make a meme. That's a great question. But if you're going to be a bowl, you might as well go. You might as well in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Now we got to power rank these bowls. That's a good question, Edge. Great question. Okay, I'm gonna hit some. I'll hit it. I got it. Here we go. Okay, should we do upset advisory? Or do we want to do the NFL?
Let's do upset advisory. See how you did.
Okay, upset advisory, ladies and gentlemen. Hot week, very hot week. 4-2 week. Got off to a slow start. Missouri State. Thought Missouri State was going to lose to Arkansas State.
To be fair, Missouri State
or Arkansas State was going to lose to Missouri State.
Missouri, yeah. See, you don't even know your own graphic. Missouri
State.
I've been telling you it's backwards for the whole time.
To be fair, Missouri State did finish as they closed as the favorite, didn't they? This was the weird one, right? It was Arkansas State was favored, then Missouri State was favored, then Arkansas State was favored. Like it went back and forth, right?
Yeah, Arkansas State was favored by 1.5, and then Missouri State got favored. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, you're right. You sent a picture of it. It was like Arkansas State favored, then everything came in on Missouri State, and then it went back to Arkansas State.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we missed that one. Arkansas State was on upset advisory, but they ended up winning the game by like 7. Then we said, okay, we're going to go to FCS. Villanova, you're on upset advisory. And guess what? Illinois State came in there and absolutely walked the dog on you. So check mark to that one. Then we said, Alabama, you're on upset advisory. And turns out Oklahoma completely pooped the bed with the worst special teams performance we've ever seen. The Raging Cajuns on upset alert or upset advisory. Yes, Delaware put it on them. The Bucks, Tampa Bay, upset advisory. Yes, they lost to the Panthers outright. And then the Chiefs got smoked by the Titans. So that's a 4-2 week for upset advisory, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on track. Playoff football. That's what we needed. What we needed. Whoops.
Who has a better record? The upset advisory or Bear from ESPN back in the day when he was doing the pick'ems?
But Bear's trying to he's not giving you upsets. He's trying to be like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to take the spread. Shut up, Bear. You suck. I hate all your college football takes. So,
are you guys kidding me?
What? Yeah, picks of the week was bad. Picks of the week.
Except for me.
J-Bye, Tex gives you an over. I gave you a spread. J-Bye gave you an under. DYLON gave you a prop. Edge gave you money lines. And we were 1-5 easily. We're still above 500, but wow, this was a bad.
This is hurt.
Tex, what happened with your over, dude? Jets Saints over 40.5. I think they scored.
It was close. It was close.
You needed more out of Brady Cook.
I needed more out of Brady Cook, or at least I needed the Jets defense to be a little bit worse. One of the two.
Yeah.
But or the Saints offense to be just a little bit better.
I
mean, 3-way pie any way you cut it. And you know. Didn't hit. That's all. So
it cost me my 7-legger today.
3-way pie any way you cut it.
Hate to see it.
I needed that one to hit for my set. That was the only one on my 7-leg that missed.
Wow.
How
do you feel about that? Took him down with you. SEC loses a few games, can't get yourself together. I took Oklahoma plus 1.5 versus Alabama, and that was looking great until it wasn't looking great. So
should have cashed that one out early.
Should have. Yep. J-Bye, under.
Hey, I told you that this was going to happen because NC State's quarterback doesn't play well in Florida. Also, Memphis didn't have a coach because their coach is going to Arkansas. So too many things changing and going on for this game to hit 60 points, and it fell way short.
Way short. NC State was scoring quick though early.
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I also thought that I did 48.5 too. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be really close. And then I looked and I was like, oh yeah.
DYLON gave you Dak over 249.5 passing yards against Charger, and Dak quit. And they quit on DYLON. He quit on America. He quit on his team. Not a good leader.
Quit on Pure Leaf.
Yep. Edge, you gave Texas A&M minus 166 versus Miami. What the hell were you doing?
Well, originally I had the Alabama game, Oklahoma on there, and you said, no, don't take that one because you wanted it.
And I said I already gave it.
And I saw that, and I was like, well, that's fine. I got this as a backup anyway. And during the day, I was like, oh, boy, I'm glad I didn't pick that game as a money line. And then it came back and got popped in the teeth on this one, too. So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting the Miami show up. You know, I was expecting Carson Beck to be Carson Beck. And they decided to show up and actually play ball today. So
I don't think they allowed him to be Carson Beck.
Yeah.
They ran the ball a ton.
That running back's legit. Fletcher, whatever his name is. He's legit. Okay, that was picks of the week. Now, everybody's favorite segment is the fastest however many minutes in sports. We go over the NFL scores. So, everybody buckle up. Here we go. Should we start on? Well, we already talked about Thursday, but should we start on Saturday? Eagles, Commanders, 29-18. Eagles clinched the division. First time it's ever happened in 20 years that somebody won the division back-to-back years. Saquon had a big game. Jalen Hurts, efficient. Commanders, Marcus Mariota got knocked out, and they suck. And we ended up watching Josh Johnson. So this is Christmas games are going to be terrible. Anything else on the Eagles? I don't really.
What was him going for 2? Why did he go for 2?
Oh, I don't know. Dan Quinn was pretty mad about that. He's like, we get him again in 2 weeks. And it's like, okay. What are you going to do, Dan Quinn?
Yeah, when the Eagles aren't playing any of their players.
Yeah. You're going to show them Tanner McKee. Like, come on. So, here comes BMO. Drake. He puts that's Drake's emoji is a duck. Because that's a male duck, isn't it? A Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go. Saturday night game. That was a pretty wild game. The Bears, man, they were dead. They were done. It was over. Malik Willis had to come in because Jordan Love got his face caved in. Malik Willis comes in and is running up and down the field. If Romeo Doubs can catch an onside kick, the game's over. But no, they don't. What else happened at the end of that game? There was something else crazy that happened. They converted a 4th down where Caleb Williams threw a touchdown to that guy, the Watkins or whatever his name is in the back of the end zone. And then he hit DJ Moore with the long bomb. But he was playing awful until the very end. Awful. Caleb Williams was. And he made those 2 throws. And now everything's forgotten. Bears 11-4, Packers on life support. Bears should have lost this game. I don't Shout out to Cairo Santos for kicking in that
Bears
win.
control their own destiny for the 1 seed.
We got a destiny off next week. I like that. Also, shout out to Cairo Santos for kicking those field goals in that win. That was crazy. We already talked about Rams Seahawks. Okay. We already talked about Bills. We already talked about Cowboys, Titans, and Chiefs. Cam Ward had a pretty good day, 21-28, 2 touchdowns. Titans win 26-9. That was like their first home win in like 4 years.
I mean, I wasn't watching this game. I was just like, I was looking at the score on the. First of all, the Chiefs are 1-6 on the road. I was looking at the score on the scoreboard, and it was like 3-2 at one point.
Yep.
And I was like, what is going on in that game? And didn't Gardner Minshew tear his ACL?
Yeah, because Oludekon came in and he was
Who?
playing. I think it's Jeff Oludekon.
I don't know who that is.
I'm pretty sure that was the third string quarterback for the Chiefs. So, anyways, but yeah, the Titans get a. I don't know if they wanted to win this game, but they won the game. You know.
Yeah.
26-9. Shout out Titans. Tighten up, right? But I didn't watch much of that game. I watched some of it. I did watch some of this game. The Bengals and the Dolphins. Dude. Quinn Ewers looked awful, Tex. Every time I turned to look at the game, he was throwing an interception. It was bad. It was really bad. Devon Achan's really good. Joe Burrow was cooking today. Chase Brown had a huge game. He had like 3 touchdowns. I mean, the Bengals won this game, but it doesn't mean anything. So, anything else on Bengals Dolphins? No.
No, Dolphins are done.
Should the Panthers go after Joe Burrow?
Should they trade Bryce Young and 2 first-rounders for Joe Burrow? I don't know. Could get him around a good leader, Sam Martin, turn his life around. You know what I'm saying? Jets at the Saints. Chris Olave had a monster game. They win 29-6. I think the Saints have won like 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah, they're cooking.
They've beaten the Bucks, the Panthers, the Jets. Like Tyler Shuck, over 300 yards passing and a touchdown. Taysom Hill had a touchdown pass. Those uniforms the Saints wore are terrible. The all gold. Those are
50. He almost threw 50 passes.
Dude, he is. I mean, is he the best rookie quarterback? Some are saying.
Yeah, I would say so.
Shout out the Saints. Pesky Saints. They were favored by 4.5 too, by the way. We already talked about Vikings, Panthers, or Vikings, Giants, Bucks, Panthers. Jaguars, Broncos. Edge. Pucker up, dude.
Duval.
30. Dude, the Jaguars bullied them. They beat the wheels off of the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even. The Jags went in there with an absolute mission. Lawrence had 4 touchdowns. The Jags can get the 1 seed.
Yeah. They're going to be – if the Patriots lose this game, Jags move to second place.
Wow.
Let's go.
But the Broncos still have to lose another game.
They play the Chargers, though. So the Chargers are still playing for an AFC top spot, too. Because aren't they 10-4 or 11-4? Yeah, the Chargers are 11-4.
And they have a better conference record than the Bills. So they're ahead of the Bills. So
the Jaguars are actually very much alive for the 1 seed. And they are I'm telling you right now, ever since they got rid of dude, at the end of the game, Bo Nix. Yeah. Bo Nix, the 49ers lost to him. Wow. I mean, quality loss. Talk about that, huh? 49ers have played him the closest of anybody the last couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? People didn't want to give him credit. Wow. But
here we go.
Trevor Lawrence has like 10 touchdowns in his last 2 games. He's outrageous right now. They got it going, man. Parker Washington's going crazy.
They're peaking too soon, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, dude. They're just getting hot.
Just calling it how I see it, dude.
Their run defense is still, I think it's one of the best in the league, too. The Jags.
Who says they're peaking? Maybe they're just getting hot.
The Jags are a weird team. Whenever I was watching that game, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to screw up because that's what I'm used to seeing. They did say that Trevor Lawrence switched his footing whenever he takes a shotgun snap now. Instead of being his right foot forward, it's his left foot now, I think. Which gets him in and out of his footwork, which we all know it all starts with the feet if you're a quarterback. I'm kind of happy for Lawrence, though, because everybody was saying he was a bust and stuff.
Yeah, say what
we were saying it.
No, y'all were saying it.
Well, we didn't really call him a bust. We debated on what to call him because he hadn't, up until this year, he hadn't developed like he should for the number 1 draft pick. But he wasn't playing bad enough to call him a bust.
Yeah. You could see where you're like, man, when I watch his games, I'm like, he will do things that I'm like, not a lot of people can do that. But then he'll also do something like, that was a stupid decision. Why would you do that? It's like, if he can just get rid of those, but I bet he's felt like he's had to do everything because he's always had the number 1 pick pressure on his shoulders. Yeah. And so now he's just like, let Liam Cohen do what Liam Cohen does, which is just draw plays up. And Parker Washington was wide open all, like, the entire second half. There was nobody even close.
Well, are the Broncos frauds?
That's a good question.
100%.
Bo Nix is a fraud. I'm sorry. Tell me whatever you want to tell me.
Well, people talked about how good the Broncos were last year, and the Bills played them the first round of the playoffs and beat them by 30 points.
Yeah, they beat them by like 30. I think Bo Nix is a very easy quarterback to game plan against. I don't think he throws certain routes very well.
I think you keep Bo Nix in the pocket and you're fine.
Yeah. And that's what
he
people
threw
do.
47 passes today.
We've seen it with Lamar Jackson, too. It's like they get in the playoffs, and it's like just clog up the middle of the field and don't let them run around, and then they're screwed. So, but, hey, shout out to the Jags, man. To Edge, have people been sleeping on – this is actually Texas team, by the way. Texas AFC team.
How you say Texas team?
Dude. It is. Have you not been – this has not been your AFC team for 10 years, Tex, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been.
Oh,
first year I can actually be excited about it. They'll be my playoff team.
Congratulations. America's team? England's team, sorry.
The world's team.
Falcons 26, Cardinals 19. Only thing to say about this game is Kirk Cousins is about to make a whole bunch of money signing another contract somewhere.
Are you serious?
Dude, he's putting up he's winning football games. It's
with
like
the Falcons again?
Not with the Falcons, but Texans 23, Raiders 21. Texans made this closer than it needed to be, but I think there's a huge game against I think Texas play the Colts and then they get the Jags again maybe. But I don't know. But the Raiders, kudos to the Raiders for fighting. Steelers 29, Lions 24. This game was why don't the Lions run the football? Jared Goff threw the ball 54 times. The Lions, they're frauds. Their defense sucks. Mm-hmm. There's no reason you can let the Steelers run. They haven't run for 200 yards. Have they done it all season? You can't let that happen.
No, Warren went off. Warren had like a bunch. He had like 2 or 3 long runs.
Yeah.
His 2 touchdown runs. His 2 touchdowns are long runs.
Arthur Smith was dialing up some really crazy plays. He's using Kenny Gainwell and Jonnu Smith all over the place. They got a really weird yet effective offense. Did you see DK Metcalf punch that dude in the face from the stands?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
Some fan is leaning over the side to talk trash, and DK Metcalf grabs him and like pulls him down. And then as he's pushing him away, he like punches him in the face.
Jeez.
It's not going to work out well for DK Metcalf. That guy's going to be showing up in a soft neck brace.
Yep.
At work tomorrow. 100%. This is a full-grown man who had on like a powder blue wig.
Oh, was it you?
No. Dude's going to be showing up in a soft neck brace with sunglasses on looking like the situation off of Jersey Shore at work tomorrow. Being like, yeah, that was me. Can't move my neck. He's going to sue the pants off of DK Metcalf. That's so just wild. Also, one of my favorite things about the Steelers is when they throw the football to Darnell Washington, and it takes like 5 guys to tackle him because he's 6'8", 300 pounds. Oh, no. He threw a punch, BMO. I saw it. He said he didn't punch him. He grabbed his wig, jerked his wig upwards, didn't touch his face. Be better. No. That was contact to the face, to the head and neck. That was targeting. So, what do we think about the Steelers? Can you take them serious?
No.
Still not yet.
Bills beat them by 20.
Still haven't had a losing season yet. Tex, Edge, do you take the Steelers seriously?
No.
Okay. D. McCormick's.
Easiest bet in football, though, Mike Tomlin.
Yep. Tex, you did it again. Congratulations. 2 years in a row.
Future hit.
All right. That is the fastest X amount of minutes. Whatever it was. It's pretty good. I have one hang the banner. Can I do it real quick?
Yeah.
Anybody else has one?
I do.
You do? Okay.
I can do one.
Somebody hit the music then. I'll hit it. I got it.
Hit it.
Let's hang some banners.
You did it! Congratulations!
Okay, Hang the Banner is brought to you by Fourth Quarter Performance. Hang the banner for your body, especially this Halloween, this Christmas season. Give the gift of health. Promo code GOATS, fourthquarterperformance.com, creatine, protein, BCAAs, super greens. Give the gift of give the gift of vascularity for Christmas. Get those veins pumping. Who wants to go first? I can go first.
Go first.
I want to hang the banner for Chili's because Randy wrote a review at Chili's. He said he came here late night at a Chili's on a business trip. He was sitting at the bar mid-meal, and he sharted himself. Mortified, he explained the situation to the bartender, Miguel. He let him politely excuse himself back to his hotel across the street to clean up. When he got back, his southwestern egg rolls were waiting under a heat lamp, still crispy and perfect. Miguel even gave him a margarita on the house. He felt sorry for me, but a friendship was made at that Chili's. Hang the banner.
Hey.
Wow.
Shout out Miguel. Chili's.
Let's go. That's the kind of story you need to see right there.
Yeah.
I'd have done the same thing.
Customer service.
I'd have been, hey, been there, buddy.
Shout out to Rainey for actually writing this review.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that you? Randy.
Randy.
Okay. Oh, Hen Dog City traded again. Oh my gosh, dude.
Got him.
Hey, that is incredible.
Touche.
Oh, wow. Wow, dude. The Hen Dog's coaching tree. Just like a big day coaching tree.
Hey, guy gave us out of chips too.
Yeah. Hey, free margs and chips.
Let's go.
No, free chips and queso.
Yeah.
The Hen Dog special.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That was my hang the banner. Who else got one? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tex.
Oh, mine is the elf on the shelf stuff. I'm gonna hang the banner on myself and my elf. You know, one of the great things about being a father is you get to mess with your kids.
Yep.
And
The toothpaste
I think
was good.
that I pulled a great one. I had toothpaste Oreo roulette as one of the bits that my elf did, and each one of my kids had to choose an Oreo, and one of the 5 was full of toothpaste, and my 5-year-old got it. And that's part of it. That's part. And my 3-year-old was included in this. He was not spared. If he got the toothpaste, he'd have got the toothpaste. Is what it is. He'd have been into it and suffered. It
was hilarious. It's a great video.
I made it fun for myself because I was like, you know what? It's just supposed to be him squirting toothpaste on it. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna make them guess which one has toothpaste in it.
Did they try to be sneaky and do a twist lock first?
They all I had to redo it like 3 times because they were all like grabbing what they thought, and I had to mix them all up again. And I'd be like, okay, everybody getting that before I could even say it. They're all grabbing one. I was like, no, everybody has to do it at the same time.
And you have to bite into it. You can't just do the.
You had to bite into it. You had to bite into it. They were all in. It was fun.
Nice.
It was fun.
That was a good one.
Look,
your kids are old enough. You guys do it.
I say we all. I like to give Edge a hard time, but I'm going to hang the banner for Edge because the amount of work that it took for him to get the RV out there, get the camper out there, get it set up, get it cleaned up, take it back. All that work for one night.
Unwinterize it?
Unwinterize it for one night. It was much appreciated. I thought we had a great time. I had so much fun that I went to bed at like 9:00 last night because I was so tired.
Same. Yeah.
But
I
we had
go up there and do that. We got to make that a thing.
We had a great time. It was funny because Edge set it up, and me and Edge were watching the game on Friday night, and we could hear this loud music from like across the campground. So we're like, let's go check it out. We went over there. And it had a big bonfire because it was cold. It had a big bonfire. We had to go, and Edge and I were just talking to ourselves because nobody else would talk to us. We came back to the camper, and he's like, "You want to have another beer?" I was like, "Dude, if we have another beer, I'm walking my ass back over to that campfire." So sure enough, we hiked back over to that campfire just so we could have another beer.
I tried to go to bed 5 times that night, and J-Vi kept keeping me up.
Yeah,
to drink more. And 2:00 in the morning, we finally pass out.
That was my one. It was funny though because Dad of the Year over here, we had the kids. The kids had a sleepover, so I brought a blow up mattress for my daughter, and I blew it up for her to sleep on in Edge's kids' rooms. So I got her in there. She's on the air mattress. It's blown up. Me and Edge go out, have some beers, and Edge's wife is still there with the kids. We didn't just leave them by themselves. Well, we come back in an hour later, and my daughter is on the floor. Like her air mattress has 0 air in it at all. Like
you put the plug in it.
I didn't put the plug in it. It had 0 air in it. I was just like, man, I can't let her sleep like that. So I got her up. She slept with me on the couch. But holy cow, it was a Father of the Year moment for sure.
It was an epic day, an epic parade. I know the rules now because they put it on the website and a memo saying no campers allowed until Friday after 5. And I get there to go set up, and there's no spots left.
Yeah.
And so I'm second row now, and I'm on a hill, and you got to keep the camper level and straight, So I was like, God, I'm already behind an 8 ball in this, and
it's getting dark.
Yeah, and it's dark. And I'm talking to the guys like over around a corner that had the good spots. And I was like, when did y'all get here? He's like, oh, we got here Thursday. And I'm like, well, all right. Say noted for next year. Good to hear Thursday at noon, just even up to the website. I was like, when they said on the Facebook page and the website, you keep me here Friday at 5, he said, that's just a suggestion. I was like, no,
oh yeah. It's a bunch of country boys.
So yeah, it's
I want to go to that.
It's gonna be better.
Wow.
The tractor that won the parade was a decked out Clemson tractor, all Clemson, everything.
Well, yeah, they had to give him something this year for this debacle they had of his season.
Wow, Bills broke the Ravens.
So who'd the Bills break more off?
The Ravens or the Patriots?
All right, hang the banners. That was fun. I love a good hang the banner. Everybody, we got to figure out what we're going to do because Christmas Eve is Wednesday. So.
Yeah, I'm not doing Wednesday.
No. We could do Tuesday again if you want. Abbreviated show. Just because it's a lot to get all the stuff ready by Tuesday. I'd rather just be like, okay, let's talk. I guess all we have to do is talk about the NFL because I don't think there's any playoff games until next week.
Yeah. No, it should just be NFL.
Then we can just do the NFL games. There. It'll be simple. We'll play a little Christmas game. We'll do the NFL games. Sweet, short and sweet episode. Tuesday night. All right. Anyways, let's play some music. That's it. Go Niners.
Go Bills.
Good talk.
We love football.